Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome to another late night stream. And we are doing U-boat again, as usual. We slip into the role of a German submarine commander in Second World War. And yeah, if you take a look at the top left of the screen, we are in mid-January of the year of 1944. So we are already more than four years into the war, and what I do here in this stream, I'm sharing with you just any mission, any single adventure, one by one. So I started in the year of 1939, at the very eve of World War II, and since then we went through a lot of missions, adventures, having started in the North Sea, expanding our missions to the close Atlantic, finally being promoted to be the captain of the Type 2, from the Type 2 to the Type 7. And then we went far into the Atlantic, and finally, by the help of the so-called milk cows to refuel at sea, we even went to the other side of the big pond. Coming back, we did missions here in the rough northern Arctic Sea, and after being successful there, we finally went through the Strait of Gibraltar, and now we are doing the Mediterranean missions. So, you see, we already have done the first and the second part of this mission set, and now we are on the final stretch, having something like 38,000 tons left to sink. And yeah, at the moment we are on the way back home. This was just an ordinary patrol mission. If I remember right, we had to patrol this area here. And yeah, we quickly sank 2 ships, which totally gave us 7,000 tons, which was the requirement for the mission. But yeah, as we had plenty of torpedoes left, we continued far to the east and sank a few more guys. And just yesterday, in yesterday's stream, we had the opportunity to sink a nice big tanker. So here we are on the way back home.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, these are all old marks. I'm playing on maximum difficulty level, by the way. And this is why you see all the markings on the map, because at that difficulty level you don't have the targets automatically displayed on the map, but you really have to track them by yourself. Well, now being here, let's do a hydrophone check. Let's do a hydrophone check and see if on the way back home there is some possibility to do some more tonnage. Yeah, we are down to 37% of fuel, so it's really time to turn back home, but there is always a bit fuel left for a chase. So,
Tauchen auf 50 Meter.
let's check if there is somebody around. Yeah, hydrophone check. What does it mean? You see the off-watch crew running to the fore compartment. Pretty much love that kind of animation. And here Mr. Hinrich just opened the valves to flood the ballast tanks. 2 guys have manned the depth steers. And here we have the ballast tank being flooded with seawater. Yeah, nice feature, this hydrophone check. It's some kind of a standard workflow where the crew brings the boat down to 50 meters, stops the engines, and does some hydrophone listening for 5 minutes. Yeah, we are still descending.
Handelsschiff. Heiß 245 Grad.
Aktuelle Tiefe 45 Meter.
Okay, I have to get rid of all these other markings. They are from our way out.
Ja,
Alright, so there is a contact not too far away. Pretty close, actually.
Aktuelle Tiefe 55 Meter.
wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin? Meter. Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 35 Grad.
55 Meter.
Another one. Do we get more? Seems to be pretty busy, this area here, south of
Anbleiben.
Sicily.
30 Meter.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, this guy looks like being heading more or less straight for me.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Now, if we assume that this guy is moving with standard 8 miles in half an hour, he should be there. And what about us? In half an hour we should be okay. Let's go for 15 minutes. Yes, there they are. So if we had this kind of smoke column, it's definitely a merchantman and not a fisherman. The fishermen don't have that extended smoke column. Yeah, okay, so this is, I think, also a suggestion for improvement. I think a fairly experienced hydrophone operator should be able to determine the difference between a merchantman and a fisherman already by the sound. That's how the guy looks like. Seems to be a big guy, I would say. And he's already up the horizon, which surprises me a bit. That pretty much looks like we are getting some cool action soon. Five minutes.
Alarm! Tanker! Direkt voraus!
So my guess is that the guy is moving something like that course.
Auf Seerohrtiefe!
Yeah, guys, you can step away from battle station for now. Another tanker.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe.
All right.
Blick eingesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln!
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Kleine Fahrt voraus!
Yeah, this is a guess. It's just guesswork. So usually I have better information about the course of them.
Herr Kaloin?
Ah, that contact is bullshit, isn't it? Yeah. That's a bug.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 85 Grad.
So what about you guys? In 10 minutes they went something like 7 cables. 7 times 6. Might be relatively slow, but of course there is a large error bar about that estimation. Hey, where is the guy?
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Schraubengeräusch. Handelsschiff. Peilung 270 Grad.
Okay, let's see, do we get any better
Herr Kapitän?
info?
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Yeah, but still. Let's give it a save. We just started a new stream. New stream, new save. W473. Here we are. Okay, I should send one of the engineering guys to support the depth keeping of the depth steer station.
Torpedorohr 5 gewartet.
Ah, shit. Shit, my information is pretty limited.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Alle Maschinen stopp.
So which tanker is it? I think, is it this one? Not quite sure. Looks more like this one, right? This one, I don't think so. I really don't know. We have to let him get closer at the... Well, my best guess at the moment would be that it is this one. Hey, Uncle Bot, great to have you in. Yeah, how are you doing? So, big celebration over there on the other side of the pond. I really don't have any estimation how, yeah, what the celebrations for Independence Day actually are in the US. I don't know, somehow I have this gut feeling that it is this guy. What do you think? Dear stream, Uncle Bot, any guesses? What do you think? Could I be right with this one? I mean, there is this mast right after this building and one mast before. The chimney above. So if you ask me, that looks pretty alright. And then you also have this kind of, yeah, the bulk work being lowered in this range here. I think it's that one. Velocity. Hey guys, I have no idea. That's bad. That's really bad. My recon on this guy is just too bad. 15 knots, but I don't think that they're going with 15 knots. Velocity, probably 8. Give the angle on bow a guess. What about the estimated distance?
Aktualisieren.
Wow,
Entfernung 1, 3,
less than a mile by now. Angle is 50. And distance less than a mile. Wow. So they must be coming in like that. But this is pretty much of a guess. Might be steeper. Being an angle on bow of
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
$47. Yeah, I think it's this guy. So what's the maintenance status of the torpedoes? So torpedo 1 and torpedo 3.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Betrachten wir es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel. 7, 3, 8 Meter.
They're moving relatively fast.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Drought 10, 11.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los! 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 9, 7, Bug links. 30 Sekunden. Geschwindigkeit 1, 0, Knoten. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Los!
I'm a bit skeptical, so this is a bit too
30 Sekunden.
on the flight what I'm doing here.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Wow.
Ja. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
This is gonna be a miss, right? No. Oh, wow. Hey guys, I'm a bit impressed. I'm a bit impressed that I actually scored 2 hits. That was minimum data that I had. Wow. That was based on a lot of gut feeling.
Kurs setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus. Anblasen. Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Wow. Wow.
Herr Kaloin, feindliche Schüsse geben Alarm.
Zeit, unseren Mut zu testen, Männer.
Herr Kaloin, eingehendes Funktelegramm.
Auf diese Motoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, Sie sind aufgetaucht.
Even looks like that they have gun platforms afore and abaft. Come on, they must be abandoning ship by now.
Kurs setzen.
Rohr 1 geladen.
Alle Maschinen. Stopp.
They're not yet going down, although that was 2 decent hits. And the whole tanker is burning, so I don't think that they stand any chance to be afloat for any longer. But allow me to be AFK for 1 minute. Alright. I'm a bit surprised how long it takes for them to abandon ship. Oh, there they are, evacuating. And they're going down.
Torpedo 1 gewartet.
Okay, so Mr. Hinrich, please man the radio
Funkraum besetzen.
and report that success
Herr Kaloi,
to
eine
headquarters.
Telegramm. Funktelegramm gesendet.
Okay, we didn't get accounted for that one.
3 gewartet.
Why didn't we get that? Yeah, I didn't yet think officially. They abandoned the ship, but it's still afloat, so we didn't yet get accounted for the kill.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloi. Funkspruch erhalten.
Oh no, okay, there is another ship around which reported the smoke column. Yeah, that might be that other contact. That might be that other contact that we had.
Hüllenbruch. Sie sinken.
Alright, down they go. So, Mr. Hinrich, please go back for the radio and report. Now, finally, we can report. Yeah, this is what I love about the game. That feels so interactive. So we had that other contact there, and obviously that ship observed the smoke column and gave a radio signal about that. So that should be quite a bit of a tonnage.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Okay, so that was around 10,000 tons. Yeah, 12,000 tons actually. Great. So just 25,000 tons left to finish this mission. I mean, the mission set.
Kurs setzen. Fahrt voraus. Tauchen auf 50 Meter.
Now let's give it a hydrophone check to get their position. Hi, good evening, weight loss. Great to have you in again. So, how was your Saturday? We just sank a 12,000 tons tanker.
Auf E-Motorenwechsel.
Schraubengeräusch.
Ah, okay.
150
Ja.
Grad.
Ja, Armada, ja.
Aktuelle Tiefe 25 Meter.
So, guy, you can turn in again.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr
And
Colon?
there we are.
45 Meter.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
50 Meter.
Yeah, well, as I really don't know the game in detail, hard to imagine what that actually means, but it sounds cool. Yeah, as for me, I had been watching the Dead Poets Society with the family before the stream. Quite amazing movie. And yeah, a long time ago, I think I actually watched that movie in the cinema.
55 Meter.
Yeah, which lets me put my pants down that I am a bit old, actually. Yeah, I was at school back then. Game is the movie is Line Abreast. Yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, of course I know from good old Hornblower and yeah, Forrester and O'Brien. Yep. Yes. And yeah, interesting. You can actually do these maneuvers in that detail. Yeah, I was just Googling it to get an impression, and so what you do is the tabletop simulation, or that looks pretty amazing what I see here. Yeah, but I mean, are you actually playing it as tabletop, or are you playing it in the simulation? What I always understood was that you played on the computer. Like online against other guys.
Aktuelle Tiefe?
Yeah, but I mean, it's great if you have a community. If you have a few friends who actually do that in real life, that's just great.
20 Meter.
Over the last years, I really ran out of friends who were in the mood to play things like that.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, Sie sind aufgetaucht.
Yeah, well, I still do have some good and close relationship to a few school friends, but these kind of games, they're definitely not in their wheelhouse. So I wouldn't have anybody to play this with me. Nine miles. So I think on 9 miles I should already be spotting a smoke column. So this is maybe
Kurs auf
some indication that we are not talking about a merchantman there, but maybe about a small fisherman. Wow, respect. Do you have to qualify to attend to the championship? Yeah, well, that's good. Weight loss. So, pretty nice if you do that. I mean, it might be that we had mods installed and deinstalled, and that this is the problem. So, I would be pretty curious. Please tell me what the result is if the Type 9 then would still have this flooding issues. Yeah, maybe it's deep leaks. Yeah. Would be a pity because up to now I had the impression that deep leaks works perfectly fine. Yeah, there are so wonderful mods, but I think. Some of them. I'm not quite sure. Did the guy who did Deep Leaks, did he actually update it? Or is it just by chance that it is still working after the update? Yeah, and my other favorite mod, the device energy management mod. I wish the guy would actually update it. That's pity. That mod was so wonderful.
Kurs setzen.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm relatively sure that this is gonna turn out to be a fisherman.
Alarm. Als eingespielte Mannschaft werden Feind zeigen, wozu ein U-Boot in der Lage ist.
Yeah, okay, but where is he? Come on. No smoke at all. Oh yeah, there he is. That's a fisherman for sure. Hey, come on, guy. Just saw you with my bare eyes. There he is. Yeah, okay, fisherman. Let's leave the fisherman alone.
Kurs setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus. Alarm beenden.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Bestätige.
Yeah, now we are just traveling back home. Six o'clock, change of watch.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kalor.
So, Mr. Schultz, our bosun, please care for the navigation.
Funkraum besetzen.
Yeah, let's see what this is about the radio radio transmission. Or if it's just the weather report,
Funktelegramm gesendet.
which is not pretty consistent.
Jawohl.
On we go. Time acceleration on the way back home.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Back to La Spezia.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloy.
Navigation besetzen.
Seven o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and change of watch.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Hey, Holiday Punch, good evening, how are you doing? Okay, so do you have any detailed background information about Germany's performance in Armada? Yeah, that's good to hear, same for me. I'm perfectly alright, had a quiet Saturday today. So, weight loss, I'm waiting for your comments. You definitely have some insight into the scene. I just can't judge it at all.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Yeah, hey, sorry, I still don't get it. I wonder if it would make sense if you would explain it to me, but of course, usually jokes which were not understood, they don't improve if you actually explain them. I just hope that this is an insider and I'm not making a fool of myself, not getting it. Still, I don't get the joke, to be honest. Okay, I mean, the German Navy didn't perform pretty well, probably, in both World Wars. Yes. Bit of an understatement, yeah.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Bestätige. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
And there we are on the final stretch, back home after a successful mission.
Navigation besetzen.
Just sunk by a tiny plane, yeah. Yeah, these enormous men of war, these battleships. That was maybe a weird concept. Yeah, yep. I don't know. I do have something in the back of my mind about the Skagerrak. Wasn't there a big battle also at the Skagerrak?
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Herr Kaloi, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Yes, we do. So there we are. now, guys, they are putting themselves to alarm to battle stations just because of these fishermen. Okay, guys, you get me lost. I think you're pretty deep into that topic. I have to admit that I'm not that deep in sea engagements history of Second and First World War. Couldn't quite catch up, yeah. Yeah, allow me to do some time acceleration. Maybe I should reduce speed to get around that corner.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Auf die Station. Anlauf beginnt.
Okay, there is a band playing. Yeah, over there. But where is the band? Oh yeah, there they are. Two guys with a trumpet and one guy with drums. This is the first time that I'm aware of them standing there, waiting for us. A hero's welcome, yeah. Yeah. For like 12 people. Some Dönitz headshake, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Silent Hunter 3 really had some good things implemented, which they dropped later. Quite a pity. Yeah, so get ourselves to the mooring. Give it a save. You never know. Yep. Yeah, I'm curious. So are you going in to sink ships in the port of Edinburgh? Alright, here we are. So allow me to be a AFK for 1 minute. Okay, so coming in and out of the port. Oh wow, guys, sorry, I was AFK. A lot of stuff going on. Let me check. Alright, Captain Jimbo. Thank you very much for the raid. Great to have you in. So sorry, I was just AFK. Yes, Holiday Punch, that's classic, right?
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Yeah, great to have you in, Captain Jimbo, and you 7 guys, whoever you are warmly welcome to my stream. Yes. So we just arrived back in port, and yeah, we were successful in our mission. Let's report back to the officer. Okay, critical leak, a lot of points being shared for repairing stuff. And wow, the captain, Mr. Lamprecht, gets the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, crossed swords and diamonds. Great. Yeah, that's terrible. When you're just entering the port and then you have these gigantic air raids. Yeah, weight loss. Yep. Why did they have to repair? Because I stupidly kind of ran into one merchantman. Yes, good point. So here we are, 225,000 tons, so 25,000 tons still to go. Tactical ram, yeah, but obviously it didn't do any damage to that merchantman. So here we are. I think it was this one which I tried to sink by gunfire, right? So I already had fired a lot of rounds onto that one, and then I did ram it. Okay, I have to admit it was not on purpose, but still they just didn't sink, and it gave me a hell lot of work to repair the damage. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships being sunk. Not bad, I would say. Total tonnage almost 41,000 tons. Mission accomplished. Let's see, what about the crew experience? Oh yes, one available point. I'm not quite sure if there's any guys still capable of improving. Let's go for the diving. Hey, they're all leveled up by now. Just can't. Okay. Okay, so I have to cancel. I can't level up any one of the guys because all of the crew are already expert for one or the other type of specialization. Yeah, that's generally a problem in the game, that relatively early you already have maxed out a lot of skills of the officers and now also of the crew. So they really should think about something, how to introduce more abilities or something like that. Yeah, but we could still save that point if one of our crewmates dies later and we hire a new one. We could still
Alarm beenden.
distribute this experience. Yeah, the Type 9 is much slower, isn't it? So it might be good to have a few guys being diving experts to accelerate it, I guess. Hey, Holiday Punch, of course I do. What do you think? Where am I missing the necessary care?
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Yeah, of course, I don't want to have it, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. It's war, and in war there is casualties. But of course, I hope that none of these guys would die. I'm with you there, 100%. I do. I let them go on shore leave now and then. Let's take a look at the discipline. Fatigue is down to -6, which is still alright. I think if it is past 10 or 12, then I would give them some shore leave. Yeah, I haven't had had a lot of casualties. I think over the 4 years of war, I think I had something like 5 or 6, maximum 7 casualties in the crew, I would guess. Hey. 6, 7 casualties, yeah. Hey, come on. I mean, it depends on how you do play the game. If you always reload whenever something goes wrong, you don't have any casualties. But if you actually accept fate, Captain Jimbo, yeah. Yeah, thanks for supporting me.
Rohr 3 gewartet.
So guys, weight loss, holiday punch, how often do you send your crew to shore leave? I guess you also try to max out the periods in between. Are you weight loss every 30 days? Are you serious? Yeah, but that's because you kind of know how it is in real life, right? I mean, from gameplay point of view, you don't really have to do it in this close period. Yeah, okay, up to 80 days, which would be something like 2.5 months. Yep. Yeah, so you obviously do it a bit different to me. This one here. Did I save already? I think I didn't. Give it a save and enter the port. Mercedes-Benz back in the days. Might be, yeah.
Guten Tag, Herr Kommandant. Was kann ich für Sie tun? Jawohl, das steht derzeit zur Verfügung.
Alright, we are alright with these items. Now the torpedoes. Bow torpedo storage. T3, T1, T3, T1, T3. Yeah, that's just fine. Bow torpedo storage, stern torpedo storage. We didn't fire any stern torpedoes. And the external stores. Let's give it a T1 and let's give it a T3. We still have relatively high quality torpedoes available. Refuel. Now the provisions. All right. There we are.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie etwas benötigen, Herr Kommandant.
At the moment I'm only playing with one single mod, and that's the Deep Leaks mod. I'm only playing with the Deep Leaks mod. I mean, as you probably know, in the past I had been playing... I'm playing U-Boat since something like 6-7 years or something, and I've always been playing it completely without mods. And only a few months ago I started to try out this Deep Leaks mod, actually because you, White Loss, were recommending to try it out. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm very curious, Weight Loss, whether without the Deep Leaks mod you will get rid of these problems with the Type 9. Okay. Oh, okay. At 30 meters. Yeah. So they gave you a lot of a number of leaks then, probably. Okay, so you restarted a completely new game and it's still buggy, is it?
Guten Tag, Herr Kommandant. Was? Jawohl, das steht derzeit zur Verfügung.
Yeah, okay, all right, we
Sonst
have
noch etwas,
that.
Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie etwas benötigen, Herr Kommandant.
Now let's rest until all the stuff is loaded. So now let's go for the next mission.
Ja, Herr Kommandant. Was benötigen Sie? Ein Blick auf die Karte, Herr Kommandant. Wir haben aktualisierte Aufklärungsdaten zu den Nachschubrouten.
Difficulty low, difficulty medium.
Planquadrate für ihre
Difficulty high. Anticipated number of vessels in the area very large. Yep, that sounds good. So let's go for that mission.
Gute Jagd, Herr Kommandant.
Thank you very much.
Langsame Fahrt voraus. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
So there we go. Underway again.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Torpedorohr 5 gewartet.
So weight loss, you would have done a shore leave by now. I don't know. I mean, if you do a shore leave every month, you will have the crew away for 3 weeks every month. Oh, yeah, shit, Colin. Yeah. You are right. I forgot to release the prisoners.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten
Yeah,
setzen.
let's get back. Yeah. Typical beginner's mistake, right? Yeah, by the way, Colin, great that you're in. I hope you're fine.
Zielposition erreicht.
Guten Tag, Herr Kommandant. Einige Männer haben sich gemeldet. Verstanden. Ich werde sie umgehend registrieren.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut, Herr Kommandant.
All
Kommen Sie
right,
jederzeit zu mir, wenn Sie noch...
there we are.
Fahrt voraus. Kurs setzen.
So let's erase all these markings from the last mission. All right. Oh, even more markings.
Alarm beenden.
Yeah, that's pleasant. Just 13 degrees. That sounds good. I wish we had it here. So who was playing? Hey, Xa. Nice to have you in the stream. Good evening. How are you doing? So, from the back of my mind, okay, South Africa versus England. I think South Africa is pretty much of a homeland for rugby as well, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, Xa. Yeah, great to have you in the stream. So I think you're in for the first time, aren't you? So nice to have you. Did you come in with Jimbo? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, Jimbo was raiding me. Ah, great for the follow. Thanks a lot. That's very much appreciated. Xa. Nice to have you in. Yeah, Jimbo is still with us. Let's give it a bit of a time. Zaza, okay. Yeah, that's easier to pronounce.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Yeah, leave in the port of La Spezia. I love this view. These city lights from the port. Yes, weight loss is pretty much multilingual.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
I mean, for English, I can kind of judge it. So, I wouldn't call me the perfect judge to estimate the quality of English for anybody, but I remember that weight loss is speaking pretty perfectly fine English as far as I could judge it. And I think you have Spanish and a few more in your repertoire, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. And just today I saw that there was an update of Wolfpack. So the developers seem to be still working on the game. And that was pretty nice. What we had there on Wolfpack. Yeah, yep. So they said that they are still working on the open world version and on the destroyer.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
For a year, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So they're not making too much progress, at least not progress which is visible for us. Yep. Yeah, Wolfpack is a great concept. So let's just hope that the developers will keep on working on that one. Yeah, guys, I have to get me a slice of bread or something. So I'll let it go and not pressing pause. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, that's amazing. These two dudes. And yeah, I guess they are doing that in their free time. Don't know if they're getting enough turnover to make a living out of that. Yeah, all the systems, they are simulated so detailed in Wolfpack.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Come on, leave me alone with these radio transmissions.
benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Natürlich, Herr Jawohl.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Jawohl.
Hey, that's pretty amazing. I just checked the figures and I saw that most of the people in the stream tonight are actually coming from the US. Great to have you in, my dear friends. Second group is the United Kingdom and third is Switzerland. So I wasn't aware that anybody from Switzerland is watching. And only on the fourth rank we have the Germany. So I would be pretty curious who of you guys are actually coming from Switzerland.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Yeah, we are still going. Just trying to reach our mission area. Okay.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Mr. Schulz or Boson, please carry on
Navigation besetzen.
to check the map. And I have to be AFK for 1 more minute. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to do a hydrophone check around here already. I fear that we would just get baited by fishermen.
Torpedorohr 5 gewartet. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Natürlich, Herr Kanol. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Yeah, well, I actually find it pretty amazing what came out of that colony. So, in the beginning, it seemed to be just one more of the many, many colonies that the British had all over the world. And finally, after that declaration of independence, this country, yeah, kind of developed into the most powerful country in the world. That's pretty amazing. And I mean, if you were kind of a social scientist, it might be pretty interesting to figure out what was the driving force. What did give the momentum to let the USA, these something like, what was it back then? Something like 17 or 19 states who called themselves United States and declared independence. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing history. Was it 13? Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, okay, but that's still by far too much, is it? Hey, hey, Uncle Bot. So, don't quite get your point, to be honest. I think it's not that bad shit that we are talking. I hope, at least. Okay, we have a ship being spotted. Where are you? Let's give it a hydrophone check.
50 Meter.
Yeah, you were just lurking, right? So I was wondering how you would typically spend the 4th of July
Auf E-Motor.
in the US. So would it be like having a barbecue with the family in the garden?
25 Meter. Meter.
No.
Ja,
50 Meter.
Yeah, if it's that close, it must be a fisherman. Oh, we must have had eyes on it. Just 2 miles, come on.
55 Meter.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Meter.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. I could well imagine that this is pretty impressive.
55 Meter.
So that would be into the Rocky Mountains then, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's some area I would love to spend some holidays. I'm a big fan of hiking, and I think you have a lot of beautiful countryside over there where you could do wonderful hiking and outdoor sessions.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
anblasen.
30 Meter.
Aktuelle Tiefe.
There we are.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Kräfte sind aufgetaucht.
Kurs setzen.
Yep, just as I expected, it's just a tiny fisherman Yeah, it's pretty amazing if you see the firework from an elevated position. I remember, was it 2 or 3 years ago? We spent the New Year's Day in the Alps, and we were in some kind of a hut pretty far up and had all the view down into the valley. And that was pretty interesting to see the fireworks from above in the valley.
Kurs setzen.
Torpedo Rohr 1 gewartet.
That's really close. Yeah, it's evening. The sun is setting or has already set over there in the west. So 6 o'clock.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Navigation besetzen.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, we are just about to enter the patrol area, which we were scheduled towards.
Patrouillengebiet erreicht.
All right. So let's report it. So now we have to sink 10,000 tons. That's a bit.
Funkraum besetzen.
Now report to the headquarters that we are there.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Alright. So let's give it a save, and yeah, it's getting late, and although it's Sunday tomorrow, I still have to do a little bit of work. There's stuff that I have to prepare for the next week. So let me call it a day for tonight. And yeah, just great to have had you in. Uncle Board, wonderful that you dropped in finally into the chat as well. Of course, weight loss again. We had quite some wonderful discussion. Always great to have you in. You do have a lot of expertise, which you kind of put into the discussion here. Captain Jimbo, that was just great to have you. I remember that when you first rated my channel, I think you brought Uncle Bot with you, the British guy and the US guy. So always great to have you on the stream. Zaza, if you're still there, thank you very, very much for the follow. That's very much appreciated. And Colin, thanks, you gave that hint about the prisoners. That's something that I always forget now and then. And yeah, great that you joined. Holiday Punch, I'm not quite sure if you're still there. If you are, it was great to have you in. So guys, this week is gonna be pretty busy, so I'm probably only gonna do my next stream on Thursday night. So I would be glad to see you again then, and have a good night. See you, bye bye.